Transfer news live. Chelsea eye Dembele as Arsenal target Isak deal. Transfer news live. Chelsea are tracking Thomas Tuchel favourite Ousmane Dembele, with Barcelona trying to sell the French forward amid his refusal to sign a new contract. Doubts continue to grow over Arsenal's pursuit of Dusan Vlahovic, with Alexander Isak of Real Sociedad another potential striker target along with Lille's Jonathan David and Everton frontman Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Tottenham are getting close to finally signing Adama Traore from Wolves, with Spurs confident over a £20 million deal after already agreeing personal terms. Meanwhile, Dele Alli could depart North London before the market closes, with Newcastle eyeing a contingency plan for Jesse Lingard, while Tanguy Ndombele is in talks with Paris Saint-Germain, and there are doubts surrounding Giovanni Lo Celso's future. Sponsored Liverpool have set their sights on Eduardo Camavinga at Real Madrid, but could be in for a battle with West Ham and Leeds over Fulham's Fabio Carvalho. Christian Eriksen has agreed to join Brentford on a 6-month deal, while Chelsea also have their eye on Stuttgart full-back Borna Sosa, after failing to bring Emerson Palmieri back from Lyon, and Manchester United could sign Boubacar Kamara this week. Follow today's latest transfer news, gossip and rumours with Standard Sports live blog below. Chelsea are monitoring Ousmane Dembele, with the Barcelona star set to become a free agent at the end of the season, writes James Robson. Thomas Tuchel is a long-time admirer of the forward after working with him at Borussia Dortmund, but his priority is still to sign a left wing back this month. Last week Tuchel revealed his regret at having to part company with Dembele after just a year together in Germany, and Chelsea are one of a host of Europe's top clubs who have been made aware of the 24-year-old's situation following a public fallout with Barca over his refusal to sign a new deal. The Catalan giants have now told him he must leave this month, but any departure is only likely to be a loan until the end of the season. Tuchel is determined to bring in a left wing back before the January transfer window closes, with Chelsea already well stocked with wide forwards. Click here to read the full story. Here's more from Standard Sports' Simon Collings on the Arsenal transfer front. Arsenal also want to bring in a midfielder this week, and a loan deal for Juventus's Arthur Melo is still possible. The Brazilian is keen on a move to London, but so far Juve have been unwilling to let him go until they sign a replacement. New England Revolution goalkeeper Matt Turner is one player who could be on his way to Arsenal, which would pave the way for Bernd Leno to leave the club. Leno has lost his place in the team to Aaron Ramsdale, and, now that Arsenal are out of both domestic cup competitions, he is unlikely to play again this season, unless Ramsdale gets injured. The German is currently due to be part of the Arsenal squad travelling to Dubai on Thursday, however that could change if a concrete bid is made for him. Arsenal are considering whether to move on from their pursuit of Dusan Vlahovic and switch to alternative targets as they continue the hunt for a new striker, writes Simon Collings. The Gunners want to sign a forward before the transfer window shuts next Monday, and Fiorentina striker Vlahovic has been their NO1 target. But there are increasing doubts over whether Arsenal can convince Vlahovic to move to the Premier League, with the 21-year-old Serbia international keen to join Juventus according to reports in Italy. Vlahovic was left out of the Fiorentina squad for their draw at Cagliari on Sunday, and Juventus are trying to fund a January move for a player who has just 18 months left on his current contract. Arsenal are considering other striking targets, including Alexander Isak, Jonathan David and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Of those, Real Sociedad striker Isak appears the easiest deal to complete in the next 7 days, given he has a release clause in his contract, believed to be worth £75 million. Isak has scored 8 goals in 25 appearances this season for a Real Sociedad side that sits 6th in La Liga. There has been talk that Real Madrid's Luka Jovic has been offered to Arsenal on loan, but sources close to the player insisted on Monday morning that there had been no contact from the Gunners. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang wants to remain in Europe if he leaves Arsenal this month, according to reports. Aubameyang's future with the Gunners remains subject to severe doubt after he was stripped of the captaincy last month following a disciplinary breach and frozen out of the first-team picture by Mikel Arteta. Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr last week submitted a loan offer for the 32-year-old that also included a summer obligation to buy for a fee of around £6.5 million. However, The Athletic report that Aubameyang would rather stay in Europe if he can. David Ornstein adds that the Gabon skipper, who was recently given a clean bill of health after returning home early from the Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon due to medical issues, is still training away from the Arsenal first team at London Colney and is unlikely to accompany the squad on their warm weather trip to Dubai this week. Tanguy Ndombele is far from the only player who could leave Tottenham before the January 31 transfer deadline. Goal reports that Spurs are open to selling Dele Alli and Giovanni Lo Celso after omitting both midfielders from their squad to face Chelsea yesterday. Regarding the questions I received, I would like to clear out that I am 100% in good physical condition, Lo Celso wrote on Instagram ahead of the game. I have no problem and I feel very well. I wish the best to my team in the derby today. The Daily Mail reported over the weekend that Dele is on Newcastle's list of potential targets if they cannot seal a deal for Jesse Lingard. Meanwhile, when quizzed on Lo Celso's absence on Sunday, Spurs boss Antonio Conte gave a rather cryptic response, saying, "I selected the players for this game and then, for this question there is the club." Mauricio Pochettino remains coy on Paris Saint-Germain's rumored interest in Tanguy Dembele. Widespread reports claim that PSG are in talks with Tottenham over reuniting ex-Spurs boss Pochettino with the club's record signing, who is hoping to move on this month after a difficult time since his £53.8 million switch from Lyon in July 2019. However, Pochettino would not be drawn on those discussions after a 4-0 win over Reims on Sunday night that pushed his star-studded team 11 points clear at the League One summit. "I'm not talking about Dembele because he's not in our club," Pochettino said. "PSG are open to progress, to improve. I think everything is open, 1 week left." Per the Daily Mail, Napoli, Roma, and Atletico Madrid are also interested in Dembele, who is said to be a close friend of PSG and France superstar Kylian Mbappé. Chelsea appear to have admitted defeat in their £3 million bid to bring Emerson Palmieri back from his season-long loan spell at Lyon. The Blues were actively trying to recall the Italian early due to the injuries suffered by wing-backs Ben Chilwell and Reece James, with the former lost for the season after knee surgery. However, it now seems that Chelsea are looking elsewhere for cover in those positions, with Sky Germany reporting that they are weighing up a bid for Croatian international Borna Sosa. However, Stuttgart's £25.1 million asking price for the former Dinamo Zagreb man could yet prove a significant stumbling block. While Jesse Lingard could leave Manchester United this month, perhaps another midfielder could be arriving? As usual, the Red Devils have been linked with just about everyone, from Amadou Haidara, Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice to Dennis Zakaria and John McGinn and plenty more besides. Now Italian publication Corriere dello Sport claims that United are in the driving seat for Boubacar Kamara at Marseille. It seems that a deal might be struck before the deadline, with Real Madrid, Barcelona, West Ham, Leeds, and Newcastle also linked with the former France under-21 international. Newcastle are not giving up on their hopes of signing Jesse Lingard this month. The Magpies have been pushing to add the Manchester United midfielder to their ranks to further bolster their fight against relegation after the signings of Kieran Trippier and Chris Wood. However, they've been met with resistance from United over a loan swoop, while Lingard himself seems to want to avoid a permanent deal in order to keep his summer options open with his Old Trafford contract set to expire. It's a confusing situation, but Fabrizio Romano reports this morning that Newcastle will push again today for a deal until at least the end of the season. Negotiations are said to be ongoing between the two clubs and with Newcastle and Lingard's representatives. Some interesting reports from The Athletic's David Ornstein this morning. He claims there are doubts over Arsenal's pursuit of Dusan Vlahovic, which have been apparent for some time. Intriguingly, he suggests that the Gunners are considering long-term target Alexander Isak of Real Sociedad as a potential alternative striking option.